So welcome back. Now this episode, I'm going to answer your question, how to be an entrepreneur without an idea. Well, I'll start out by saying most people have way too many ideas. And if you don't have ideas, and that's the case, well, we're going to have to talk about this. So let's do that right now. Usually I'm saying slow down, stop, let's narrowcast, let's just pick one idea. Because people have so many ideas and they want to implement them all. Not possible. So let's try to narrowcast and then let's research and see if we can make that one idea work. And if that one doesn't, then we can try another. But trying a lot of ideas all at once is probably going to be a challenge. So in today's episode, I'm discussing the question, how to be an entrepreneur without an idea. Everything changes when you start asking successful people, what are they doing that enables them to be more productive and earn more money? When you ask those questions, you're going to get answers. And when you get those answers, you want to start employing some of those answers, and you'll find out that they actually work and start making money. But my point is, start asking questions of people why they're successful and how they're successful. You're going to get so many ideas, you're going to have too many. Now, everything changes with those successful people, so you need to prepare yourself. So who is successful and who isn't successful? Now, I don't go and get advice from CPA or attorneys. Why? Because they basically are people that are very good at making sure that you don't make mistakes. It's okay to make a mistake as an entrepreneur because you'll never try things unless you're making mistakes on the way. So you probably don't want to take advice from your friends the same way. Why did you want to? Because they're just like you are. They don't have a lot of ideas. You're all the same. You like each other. That's why you like each other. You're the same. So you need to find people outside of your sphere to get advice from. Now, I don't go to school teachers and I don't go to professors. Why? Because where did they get their education? They basically got it from a book. So CPAs, they're professionals. Attorneys, they're professionals. They're teaching you to avoid risk. School teachers, professors, those kind of industries, what are they doing? They're getting their education from the books. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to do something different. So let's start speaking to people that are professionals and they're successful and they're doing something else. So not taking advice from your friends. Now keep that in the back of your mind. As I said, everything's going to change as I talked about. Okay, now I'm going to give you some example. First of all, what I'm telling you, you could read it in a book, but I think it would be much better to take your advice from someone that already had experience. For example, if I wanted to climb Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, what's the best way to do that? Should I take my advice from Sir Edmund Hillary, the first guy to ever go over the top of Everest? Or should I go and talk to his cousin who's never left the English countryside, doesn't know where Nepal even is, and that's the closest he's been to Everest is sitting on the island which is called the United Kingdom. Think about that. Which one would you go to? You want successful people. All right, so it's not too difficult to figure out that successful people have a lot of ideas. If they have a lot of ideas, I can tell you right now, some of those ideas failed. So that's the person you want to talk to. Experienced people who have already understood that things fail and things have successes. All right, so you're going to learn successful things from them. But understand there's going to be lots of failures going to take place. I don't want to learn from that professor. Why? Because they get all the advice and what they know from a book. Well, I don't know if that's going to do the job for me. Maybe they learned everything they know from a library. Yes, they can pass tests, but we have to pass the test of the marketplace, which is, will the problem-solving product that you create, will it make money? So ultimately, you're going to have to be pig-headed. You're going to have to be stubborn. You're going to have to concentrate, and you're going to have to be determined till you find something that you like, and you're going to go ahead and try it. You're going to find out it might fail. Business has 80, 90% failure. So talk to people that have experience. All right, now I don't have a lot of time left on this video, but I'm going to give some of my experience. Everybody I talked to said it won't work. So did I talk to all the right people? I don't know, but I said I was determined to try it anyway. So I discovered a business that allowed me and dozens of other people that have since followed me to end up with 7-figure estates or 7-figure paydays even, and they now live in paid-for homes and they're financially independent. So if that's what you're looking to do because you want to be an entrepreneur, well, I'm going to tell you the business wasn't pretty, okay? I didn't need any professors and I didn't need any attorneys to do it, and it wasn't glamorous. But once I learned about it, I knew I could make money. So what is this all about? It's about tax liens and deeds. So across America, there's 3,000 county governments. They all need money to pay their employees. Wow, what employees do they have? They have school teachers. They have police department. They have fire department. They have many employees that they have to pay. All right, where does the money come from? It comes from taxes on real estate property. Thousands of people abandon properties. Thousands of people don't pay their taxes. And the legislature in every state says taxes must be paid. If the taxes are not paid, well, then what the legislature has authorized the county to do, they've authorized the Board of Supervisors to instruct the treasurer to seize that property, to confiscate it for non-payment of taxes. The local government sells those properties for discounts of 60%, 70%, 80% discounts when they sell those properties. They just want to get rid of them because they don't want any more property. They already own all the parks, all the schools, all the administrative buildings. They don't want any more property. So they're going to wholesale it out, 10, 20, 30 cents on the dollar. Now, this is happening in all 50 states, in all 3,000 counties. If a property owner does not pay the taxes, the county will confiscate the property, and that was all authorized by the legislature. All right, so let's look at an example from all that. Now, remember, if this property is coming on the market, it's coming on the market with no mortgage or no deed of trust loan because the county wipes that out. So that means you're buying a property for just the back delinquent taxes or very close. It'll depend upon the bidding. All 3,000 counties sell these properties. 10, 20, 30 cents on the dollar will be the starting bids. I don't know what the exact price will be because it's a public auction and anybody can bid at the auction. The county treasurer has already deleted the mortgage. So you're a savvy buyer. Let's go ahead and see it and look at an example, and we'll do this. All right, so let's assume a property is worth $100,000. The treasurer wants to sell it. They want to sell it quickly. So what they'll do is they'll put it up for sale for basically very close to the back taxes, and they do that at a public auction. Anybody can bid at the public auction. So let's say Joe shows up at the auction and he wants to buy that property. Well, if it's selling that cheap, I can tell you there'll be other bidders. So he ends up purchasing the property for $30,000. Now you remember it was worth $100,000, but he bought it for $30,000, so he's way under the market. The county treasurer wipes out the auction, wipes out the deed of trust or the mortgage on the property. So now the property is sold to him for 30 cents on the dollar, which is 30 cents on the dollar or $30,000. So I teach each one of my students to buy it low and then let's sell it low. And you're saying, oh, but you're leaving money on the table. Well, keep in mind these properties might have been abandoned. They might be used and abused. So what do? We're going to discount. Why don't we discount it down and sell it for 50, 60, or 70 cents on the dollar so it will sell quickly? So in this case, let's sell it for 65 cents on the dollar. So we know it was worth $100,000. Now we're selling it for 65. So you see this is going to be a nice profit for us because you remember we bought the property for $30,000. That gives us an upside of $35,000. So just study the graphic as we go here. All right, who wants these discounted properties? Bargain hunters want them. Old people want them. People want to do fixer-uppers want to do them. What about all those people with bad credit scores? They want these properties. There's all kinds of people. I have my students go ahead and advertise, announce the property on Craigslist, or they can put it on Zillow. They have a Trulia, multiple listing service. You're getting the idea. All right, so why are we doing that? We're just getting the word out that we want to get the property sold. So it's a big mistake, And the biggest mistake people make in business is they don't figure out how to market the property. They don't figure out how to just get distribution out there. They don't figure out the media. Folks, if you want to make money, you're going to have to spend money on media so the whole world knows that you've got that property for sale. All right, there's lots of video on this channel about tax liens and tax deeds. Follow along in the example I gave you today, and then when you finish, when we're all done, right below me, you'll be able to find a free gift.